This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Mitch English. This is Daily Flash. We have today's talk, tomorrow's trends, and we're so happy to have you here. We're going to tell you in just a second how you can get involved in the show. First off, here we are on Thursday, already moving through the week.
Yeah.
We're inching closer to the end of the month, and as you know, I'm very excited because then I'm taking off, going to Italy for the first time in my life.
You ready for your trip? I keep thinking about your trip. I hear stories about Italy, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if Mitch will experience that.
The food is what I'm so excited about.
Delish.
New research has come out. More and more people I was checking out are doing this raw milk. Have you heard about this?
Yes.
They're going to raw milk, non-homogenized or whatever. And I'm blown away, and the reason I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up right now. I'm just blown away at all the things that we have learned about how important things like homogenized milk as well. And if we think we're the only, I believe, species that drink other animals' milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you think about that, but going to Italy, I know that the food there is supposed to taste completely different because they don't do all that GMO stuff and that sort of thing.
Right, preservatives, all of that jazz. They buy their food fresh every day. It's one of those things where it's a very European thing where you go to the market every day to buy whatever food that you're going to have for that day.
Yeah.
Or if you're having breakfast, you get something from the bakery. It's just a whole different experience.
You know, if we kind of encompassed some of that, I think it's possible. I think like in New York, they have those bodegas where people don't go and do the grocery shop and come back with carts and stuff. It's day by day. I wonder how much my diet would change that way if I knew I was eating that way, like foraging almost.
Well, I think too, like when you're eating food that's full of flavor and it's fresh, you don't feel bloated, you don't feel hungry, you feel satisfied, and a little bit goes a long way. And then in Europe, you're walking everywhere. So that makes a huge difference.
That
too.
is a big difference.
Yeah.
All right. What makes a big difference on our show is that we're fortified with 9 essential vitamins and minerals because they all come from you, right, Jackson?
Yes. And James Alexander.
James.
Giant dose of James.
SBJ. What's going on, Sweet Baby James?
Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about mother's milk right now. If you know anything about the boys, a Homelander, that's what I'm thinking about.
Are you watching
so you
The
said
Boys?
milk?
No, I'm not.
It's disgusting.
The one on Prime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I tried to watch that and I
No,
couldn't.
it's not for
awful.
you. I think they call it The Boys. I think it's only for boys.
It really is. Yeah.
Well,
I lasted
I
about
love
5
it. son.
seconds.
I'm sorry, son.
It's
We're off on a tangent,
It's
right?
weird, right?
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
Because somebody else was thinking the same thing, Jim.
Oh,
so,
you're 100% right.
Yeah.
219 stations across this great country of ours. American Forces Network is where you can find it. You can also go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and click on where to watch. And that's where you can sound off on our question of the day. And this was tight. This is a tight one because I was bouncing back and forth of what should I ask.
Ooh,
Which star gives the best life advice?
Ooh.
Which star gives the best life
Okay,
advice?
I refer back to Denzel Washington.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh, really?
He was quoting Denzel.
He did an interview on the red carpet, and it was a while ago, but he was talking about mainstream media and where people get their sources and why you need to question
I
all of
remember
that
that.
stuff. And it is brilliant. It's one of the best responses, and he really puts it out there, and he just, lays it out for people to easily understand why you should be questioning everything you see, you read, and you hear.
Mine is Dolly Parton.
Oh.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because she doesn't do it. And,
really?
she stays away from politics.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
does,
yeah.
and thank God. Can we say, by the way, she recently just earlier this week she sent out a video because there were little health issues.
Yeah.
However, she was very ambiguous of actually why, but she wanted to get in front of it and just say, hey, I want to let you know I'm doing okay, but there's some things I'm working on, and my health is not 100%, but I'm working on. So she connects with her people, but she doesn't get involved with it. And I swear to you, if she ever ran for office, I don't care what it is, I would vote for that woman.
Of course
I love
you would.
her so much.
How would you not? Yeah.
So you.
But so
I did-
Denzel,
I did
tell me what your take
Denzel.
on Denzel is.
So I would say, no, you know what? I'm going to go a different path. One person who is, you can quote him 1,000 times, and we all know him, Muhammad Ali.
It's a good one.
Muhammad Ali has
Yep.
had some great quotes, some great life quotes, and so on and so forth. So I'll give it up to Muhammad Ali.
I think, you know, and I think during that time, he was controversial.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
think as we I think where he's at now, you know, we've kind of opened our minds up a
Yeah.
little bit more. And I think if you just listen to kind of what they say, there's good in everything, but I mean, just as there's bad in just everything.
Can I add one more to the list?
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, more. Oh, yeah.
Well, you just
mean-
listen to his voice. He's
yeah,
the voice of
that's
God.
exactly-
Can you leave out Sammy J too?
Yeah,
Samuel Jackson?
you're right. Yeah, he's another one.
Those planes, boy.
No.
So you would trust them? What's
I would
in your
trust
wallet?
Sammy J.
What's in your wallet?
I do like Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, how can you not? All right. Let us know what you think. Which star gives the best life advice in your opinion? We would love
Good
to hear
question.
from you. dailyflashshow.com is the website. And if you send us your responses, we might be able to feature them on the
We
air.
want to, absolutely.
Yeah, we would love to. Because you're probably tired of listening to us just jibber jabber all the time. We'd love to get your perspective on things. Okay, so I want to get your guys' take on this story.
Lay it on me,
A
sister.
liberal Michigan city is taking down more than 600 neighborhood watch signs because they call them expressions of exclusion. Critics say the move is just insane. Neighborhood watch signs now are a problem. In Ann Arbor, Michigan, the last of more than 600 neighborhood crime watch signs have been removed at the direction of the Democrat-dominated city council. Democrat officials there claim the signs reinforce biased surveillance and could make some residents and visitors feel unwelcome. The unanimous 10-0 vote came last December. Now, this is the part I don't get. They spent $18,000 from their cash reserves to take the signs down. Critics called the decision nuts, with one lawmaker claiming this decision actually protects criminals.
James, you're Michigan.
Michigan.
Michiganian.
Michigan.
I'm not throwing that on you though,
Right.
but you know, I do say there is different thoughts process in different parts of the country, and so
Right.
that's the only reason I'm kind of going with you on
So
that.
I would say this makes no sense.
Thank you.
It's a waste of money, man. I think our efforts should be steered in a different direction, and that's the problem across the country. We do crazy stuff. We waste money all the time. But in this case, I mean, I think somebody's just trying to make themselves more important.
Yeah, we should mention this in the video we show was AI produced just to
Yes.
give you a kind of understanding of that. But it does show you that this is actually happening in that city. I think, you know, when I see those signs, I always looked at it as like, wow, here's a community that's looking out for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like they are a group. They're not. I didn't know $18,000 first off. So there's a homeowners. It sounds like a homeowners association. That's insane. That is what they could have used for that money. Why would you want to take it down? I would feel unsafe. And then also, I would also, the fact that they're saying we're not going to look out for each other, because they're saying that these signs are making people feel like we're watching you. Yeah, that's exactly why I moved to a neighborhood, a safe neighborhood.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Right, but do you need a sign to do that? The safest, I mean, look, the best security out of the neighborhood is grandma sitting on her
Well,
porch,
yes. Oh,
what
making
is that
phone
line?
calls. Like, hey, baby, I just saw
Oh,
somebody go by the house. Who was that?
Here's the sign that would go, my house is protected by Smith & Wesson. You ever seen those?
So,
That's
I
what's
mean,
probably going to
I'm
go
saying-
up.
But you don't have
right?
to have a sign. A sign is just a sign. If people come together and they work together to make sure the neighborhood is, you know, surveilled or, you know, it's safe, they can do that. You don't need a sign to do that.
Do you think that there is some bias in the signs message suggesting that, you know, we're going to put criminals on notice or people who might attempt to commit some sort of crime in a neighborhood?
No, you know what, I think, I don't want to bring it up, but I think it does. I think some thought has to be given to what happened here in Sanford, Florida, right?
We
Trayvon
got to back up. We
Martin.
talk about Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon
Yeah,
That's what you
Trayvon
referred to.
Martin. So what happened, you know, some people get overzealous when it comes to that type of thing.
Yes.
But there is a way to do this without having 1,000 signs. I think somebody's just trying to make themselves look important. That was a waste of money.
$18,000
$18,000
to remove signs.
Yep.
I
18 grand.
just-
You know what? 18 grand could put up cameras.
No, 18 grand can do that. I would imagine if you are a community member, that would pay for maybe a golf cart that you could drive around and have like a patrol. That's something that could.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate you see these, because to me, I think it pushes, as I mentioned earlier, it pushes the community that we have further away. Like I'm only going to look out for myself.
Yeah.
And
That's
because
how
that's
it
really
is.
what it is, right?
That's
It's
how
like
it
I'm only
is.
going to look at my property.
Right.
And if we even look at Ring cameras, now we're letting technology kind of look over and gather.
You see what happened at the Super Bowl? So that whole thing was a
in the
mess.
Super Bowl.
Remember the Super Bowl
commercial. Yes,
because it made sense.
because of the dog that was lost.
Right. It made sense that everybody had a Ring camera and that you were able to see the entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
That way you can see what's going on.
All right. We would love to hear your thoughts. You can drop us an email, flash@dailyflashshow.com. Before we head to break, we always give you our Brain Flash question of the day.
What was the first feature-length animated film ever nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? That answer coming up right after this. You're watching Daily Flash.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's Brain Flash question correct or not. The question once again, what is the first feature-length animated film ever nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? If you said Beauty and the Beast, you got it right. A lot of people thought it was maybe like Snow White, but it was. This is for Best Picture altogether, so it's nominated. And it's an animated as well. A romantic breakup, boy, that could be devastating. It can lead to a pretty bad downward spiral, but it doesn't have to define actually who you are. In fact, it actually could be a positive driver for change. Joining us now with more is recovery expert Laura Cheadle. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. I imagine everybody watching this, including myself, has gone through this. I want to start off with a quote of yours, which is, what shapes our lives isn't the event itself, it's who we become after it. First off, I wholeheartedly agree with you, but explain that in more detail.
Yeah, exactly. When something bad happens to us, it's so easy to get caught in that downward spiral and to start replaying all of the bad things. And first this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened.
Yeah.
And then, pretty soon we're sucked in. And when we take our focus off of the past, off of the train wreck, what happened, and we start moving towards the future and thinking things like, well, who can I become because of this? How can I feel differently? What else might be possible for me? It just changes the whole trajectory of the experience.
Yeah.
And we start, looking for all of those positives.
I kind of, when I was dating, after my divorce, I started dating, single for quite some time. But somebody had once told me, is like, you know what, a relationship should be like what they taught you in the Boy Scouts with a campground, is that you should leave it better than you were before. And that is a lot of self-discovery and that sort of thing. And unfortunately, that comes a lot of times at the end of the relationship. And once I realized I'm dating the people that I don't want to marry so I could find the right one, it kind of helped me out. But why otherwise are romantic breakups or maybe even betrayal events, why do they hurt so deeply?
Oh, they hurt so bad because it impacts our identity. It's not just,
Okay.
this bad thing happened and it doesn't say anything about me. It's me. It's who I am.
You know, a lot of people will say that there is lots of changes that happen when people kind of move away or if something happened to them and kind of they change who they are. What actually changes when people move away from those people that they were romantically involved with?
Well, it's hard. It's destabilizing because all of these expectations that you had about yourself and the relationship and what it means I'm worthy. It means I'm chosen. It means I found the one.
Yes.
You know, people get so focused on what these singular events mean. And then when you have to move away from that, we feel lost. We feel not good enough. We internalize that something is wrong with me instead of stepping back, looking at the broader picture and realizing, you know what? Maybe this is good. Maybe this is bad. Maybe it just doesn't mean anything at all, but it's a change. And I have to navigate my way through the change. And, what is possible for me on the other side? How can I become someone better or different, just like you were saying earlier?
You know, that saying, you find out who you marry when you divorce them. You find out, and relationships, people change throughout the time. When you get to the point where you realize, well, this is just not working out, is it because you gave them so much vulnerability that it hurts more because of the fact that, I gave this person so much and I didn't get back what I wanted? Are we investing too much? Are we thinking too much about ourselves?
I mean, that's definitely a part of it. A lot of it really, really goes back to our expectations. And sometimes we have very unrealistic expectations in relationships, but we don't know it. we don't understand that they're unrealistic expectations because sometimes we haven't even verbalized what they are. It's just that somebody's not meeting our needs and we don't really know why. So, to your point earlier, it's about that self discovery. What do I want in this relationship? What am I expecting somebody else to do? Where can I step up? Where am I stepping up too much? And ultimately, what is going to work out for me and for this person so we can both become better versions of who we are?
And are you saying that betrayal actually, could that be maybe a doorway to figuring out those things you just mentioned, including clearer, say, boundaries and maybe even some of that self-trust and maybe just making a change altogether?
Yeah, absolutely. I know when I went through betrayal, it was the most enlightening experience. On the one hand, it was the most painful. On the other hand, it was the experience. It was the catalyst that finally made me realize all of the ways I was abandoning myself, all of the ways that I was relying on other people in an unfair way. And it did give me the opportunity to become clearer in myself, clearer in my boundaries, to really know who I was and just to become a stronger human.
Okay, so Laura, it seems like when you are breaking up with somebody, you're like, oh, I'm never gonna live again, just yada, yada, yada. And so I'm talking to the people that are friends with those people, okay, when I ask this question. What do we say to people that are maybe going through a breakup or have gone through a breakup? Because normally we go, well, it'll be okay, you're gonna find somebody better, that sort of thing. But I'm expecting to hear that. Is there a way that we could help that person even more in realizing that this could be a great learning experience?
Yeah, definitely. I think first and foremost, offering a little bit of compassion and giving them a space to breathe because a breakup is traumatic and it is difficult. And then I think second, asking them questions, asking them future focused questions,
Okay.
forward leaning questions is really a good way to get them to move into the future instead of ruminate on the past.
It's important to do that too, but it's so true, right? It's like you are going to be a better person if you handle this right, because you're going to realize on the other side of this is something wonderful, and you're going to wind up like I did, finding a beautiful, understanding woman that I had to date those other people. Nothing wrong with them. To find her though. So I love everything that you say. I think it's great. And you at home, if you know somebody that's going through a breakup, or maybe you're going through one, you can find out more information and check out Laura's book. It's called It's Not Burnout, It's Betrayal. Just visit lauracheadle.com and you can get that book there. Thank you so much for joining us. We got more Daily Flash coming up right now. By the way, we'll have links on our website at dailyflashshow.com. Go check it out now. Everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday, which means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In selected theaters is the horror comedy Mimics.
You wish someone would waltz in and wave a magic wand, catapult your career, make everything perfect for you.
It doesn't have to be like this. I have something that can change everything.
I'm the one who can make all your dreams come true.
A down-on-his-luck impressionist makes a pact with a wicked puppet to propel him to stardom, unleashing a nightmare threatening the safety of those he holds dear. I chatted with the film stars Stephen Tobolewsky and Christopher Polaha, who also directs.
I would say one thing is be careful of who you make your deals with. That we all have the same future inevitably, but what fills that future is going to be the love that we fill our life with.
Yeah, and again, same thing. You gotta. I guess my question would be, what are you willing to die for?
Yeah.
Do you want to belong to the world, or do you want to belong to yourself and possess, community, love, your parents, your wife, your kids, or, so it's a cautionary tale.
Mimics is simply a fun, creepy, and romantic film not to be missed. It's one of the best horror comedies I've seen in a long time. Again, it's playing in selected theaters now and gets an A. It's rated PG-13. Streaming on Disney Plus is the romantic biodrama Love Story, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette.
John, I want to introduce you to Carolyn Bessette. Carolyn, this is John Kennedy. Hi. Sorry, is this a bad time?
This 9-part drama explores the undeniable chemistry and high-profile marriage of one of the most iconic couples of the 20th century, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette. I chatted with stars Sarah Pidgeon and Paul Anthony Kelly.
I had such a wonderful time getting to embody this witty, sensitive, electric young woman who, I mean, people have said who knew her, the last thing she would want to be known for are her clothes. You know, there was so much life and vivacity that she carried with her. I hope people feel more familiarity with who she was, her great love with John, and just finding a great passion in their lives within each other.
My hope and intention is that they just are able to see these individuals as human. You know, they are both so storied and held in such high regard that they become almost mythological. But our intention, I think, in this production was to really humanize them and make them relatable.
Although stunningly filmed and acted, the series has too many overly saccharine moments, making the experience more of a fantasy than a biographical drama. Again, it's streaming on Disney Plus and gets a C. It's rated TVMA. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey, thank you there, Tony. It's time for us to jump in to Daily Digits. It's where we find those numbers that are inside your news. Your first number? 16, as in 16 years. That's how long Walmart held the title as the world's largest company by revenue until now. 16 years has a long time, and Amazon just edged out the retail giant after reporting more than $716 billion in annual sales. The company's e-commerce growth with a cloud computing arm drove it straight to the top. Walmart is still a beast, but after a 16-year run at number one, the crown now comes with free 2-day shipping. So I guess, actually, Walmart really knows how to roll back to second place. Your next number, 46. 46 pounds. That's how much gold an anonymous donor gave to the city of Osaka, Japan to help replace their aging water and sewer pipes. It happened. The gold, it's worth about $3.6 million, arrived last November and the mayor called the gift staggering as the city faces decades of deteriorating infrastructure. Now, Osaka officials say they're going to respect the donor's wishes and put the unusual contribution to work. The gift comes as many of Japan's pipes have outlived their service life. If infrastructure had a bling category, Osaka just won, best pipes. Am I right or wrong? Your final number, 1. Just one flying sword. That's how many weapons left the stage at a theater in Berlin. It landed in the audience during a performance of Richard III, believe it or not. During the final fight scene, the actor lost his grip of the sword and it sailed into the front row, striking a woman in the head. Now, she was treated for just a minor cut and a cool souvenir. The actor apologized and the show eventually continued because the show has to go on. Because even in apparently Berlin, even Shakespeare comes with special effects. I believe it was Shakespeare who wrote, "All the world's a stage." I don't remember the part where it says, "All the stage is airborne." Am I right? Yes. That's your Daily Digits for today, Jackson.
I love it. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, we want to check in with James Alexander and our stations across the nation. James.
Yes, all those 219 stations across the country and across the world on the American Forces Network. Now, you can go to find out where we are by going to that website called dailyflashshow.com. All right, click on where to watch, and you can sign
Here comes the voice changes. I love the voice changes.
Yeah, I know, me too.
But our local friend today comes from Naples, Florida.
Hey, Naples.
WHDN-TV. All right. Now, There's some things about Naples that I can see firsthand. I understand why. It's the golf capital of the world.
Oh, yeah, easily. Sure. Okay.
I mean, there are so many golf courses. You run into one every time you come out of the store. It's 10 city history.
TIN, which is
TIN, right? So they have the shopping
golf.
areas where all the shops are. They have 10 roofs.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Interesting.
And they also call it the home to this guy who needs a driver.
Tiger Woods. It says it on the screen. Well, there's so many golf courses down there.
All right. It makes sense.
I knew he was here in Orlando as well.
Good old Naples, Florida. It's a nice place.
On my radio show, we have a segment called "What's Up, Florida." It's basically we find the crazy, the Florida man stories, and we get more of them out of that area. and I go, listen, and I defend Florida. I go, you know why? That's a huge retirement area. So all the people come from all over the country and move down there. All right, thank you, James. I want to talk about this because this is something that I have. This is my soapbox. These e-bikes. All right. I have no problem with them. My problem is those that are riding them, and they feel everything. It's been my experience that they feel like, well, I can ride on the motorcycle, I can ride on the sidewalk, or I can ride on, right in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Either way, they're not wearing helmets and that sort of thing. Well, California, believe it or not, are now charging a California mother there with involuntary manslaughter because her 15-year-old son got in a crash with a 81-year-old man. It happened in Coachella Valley just a while back. The guy was a retired Marine, right? And he was a substitute teacher, and he was coming out. Well, this kid was on his e-bike doing wheelies and stuff and ran into the guy. Not only that, he takes off, and it's a hit and run. They catch up to the kid, and come to find out, he had actually got in trouble with riding these e-bikes as well. These e-bikes can get up to 58 miles per hour, and there are no really regulations right now. Again, as I said, they can either go on a sidewalk or in the middle of the street, and I rarely see anybody. First off, if they have a pedal, the only place I've seen them actually pedaling these e-bikes, because that's what it's supposed to be, is just a little extra energy to help you out, right? It's over in the villages where it's older folks. Villages is a retirement, the largest retirement place. And that's where I see them pedal. I've never seen a kid on an e-bike pedaling an e-bike.
No.
Now they used to be called mopeds when I was a kid, and you had to pedal it to get the motor going.
But the mopeds never went more than 40 miles an hour, I think.
And they were embarrassing to be on.
Yeah, they were. You did not want to get caught on a moped.
They're really loud, and now these e-bikes, they're very quiet. They can go up, I was mentioning, up to 58 miles per hour. Florida has come out, if you remember, about a month ago. They were saying, look, we're going to do registration. Anything that goes over 35 miles per hour, first off, should be tagged, should have a license on it, which then, if you have a license plate, you have to be a certain age to be able to be on the road. And I see them all the time. But now the mother is getting charged with involuntary manslaughter. I'd love to hear your take on this.
That's tough, man. But someone has to bear the responsibility of what just happened, right? And one of the things that I can say about this, what I hate about e-bikes, being strong, use the hate word, is that they don't make any sound. The reason why the mopeds and the motorcycles make a lot of sounds because you know something's coming, and in this case, no. So she deserves to get it.
Well, it's called accountability. And eventually that's going to happen here in Florida because we have such a huge problem with it right now. Technically, anything that's biked is not allowed to be on a sidewalk, wheels or not. It's supposed to be in a street. And the problem is that these kids are not getting licensed or registered or insured. And if they get into a crash or they cause a crash, they don't have any coverage for it.
When you get licensed, you learn how to drive.
Yes.
And they're just, this is like a bicycle. And it's not. Parents, you got to do something. We got to hear about that. And we'd love to hear from those that actually get around on e-bikes. We have more Flash after this.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. So what started as a simple smoothie outing with his daughters turned into an award-winning children's book series. Author Wayne D. Kramer created Penny Pangolin, a lovable character helping kids navigate the big world. He joins us now to share the story behind his creation. Wayne, welcome to Daily Flash.
Hey, thanks.
So what inspired you to create the character Penny Pangolin?
Oh, yeah. So, kids and conservation, pretty much. Like, I had been a fantasy author before that and always have been. And over the course of time, had kids, have 5 daughters now. And they wanted me to be a children's author with illustrations and all the good stuff. And when I thought about it, I'm like, okay, well, I need a character that's interesting. And my kids had been into animals, into nature shows. And they fell in love with pangolins after seeing things like the wildcrats and other books and nature shows. And I thought, you know what? This is a really cool creature. It's got scales like an armored tank. It eats ants and termites all the time with this long, sticky tongue, rolls up into a ball, all kinds of cool little features. And then plus found out it's critically endangered.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, this is actually a creature in need. So all the factors kind of lined up, and I thought, you know what? Pangolin is the way to go. A lot of people don't know about pangolins, but this is a really cool way to educate people and also maybe help a creature in need. Plus, it's just a lot of fun factors to it. So we ran with that.
The books are beautiful, and I love that you're drawing attention to the pangolin because it is one of those endangered species a lot of people don't know much about, and they're so crucial to our environment. How do your stories help kids deal with big emotions like bullying and responsibility?
Yes. So there are 6 books total out right now. They each are centered around a different virtue. Um, like you said, bullying, friendship, responsibility, taking care of a pet, even screen time awareness. So we're going for things that are relevant and timely for kids today. And I do this by weaving it into the plot, and by not being preachy. It's just kind of a natural progression, the way kids, Penny is a kid in her world. And so things unfold the way that it would for, normal kids today, like they would for my kids or your kids or anybody's. So, I think that's very important just to present the story in a relatable way. That's fun. It's got some humor in it here and there, a little bit of adventure, a little bit of emotion, and just trying to make it feel real, while also putting in some fun animal facts here and there as well, and just fun little things like hidden animals in the illustrations that kids can find, and some little fun things like that.
Wayne, I think it's tough to get kids' attention these days. There's no question about that. So reaching them through these books is spectacular. Even I think in the classroom, it's tough for teachers to teach these kinds of lessons, which are so vital for kids who are growing up. What's the response been from families and young readers around the world?
Yeah, the response has been great. I've been really pleased with it. I've had teachers tell me, that their classes have loved it. They've played videos of me reading the book, or they've had me come in to read the books. And I've had people do crafts where they actually created like little pangolins out of toilet paper rolls or
That's
whatever
gotta be
they used.
cool. I love
Oh
that.
yeah, it's so much fun to see that, to come into a classroom and see where the whole class has like put together an entire, wall of pangolins with all the scales and stuff. That's great. I mean, it's super gratifying to me as an author.
We just have a few seconds left, but I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
The voice of Bandit from Bluey, David McCormick,
Yes.
how did he get involved?
Yeah, so I met David at a Comic-Con event, and gave him a set of the books. He had asked me what I was doing. He saw that I had a vendor badge when I met him at a photo shoot. And I ended up giving him a set of the books, and later on contacted his agent thinking, maybe we could do something together.
I love it.
And it's been a lot of fun.
Wayne, thank you so much. We'll share this interview on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, if you're looking to show mom some love this Mother's Day with a, unique gift idea, lifestyle contributor Joanne Butler has you covered. Hey there, Joanne.
Hi, thanks for having me. Well, let's start with some self-care beauty for mom. I love this collection. It's Olay's Super Serum Body Wash and new matching body lotion. Made with advanced skincare ingredients like niacinamide, beta-hydroxy acid, BHA, collagen peptide, and vitamin C and E. Super serum technology to noticeably improve skin, literally transforms it right in the shower and visibly firms, evens, and brightens. Works for all skin types. Just a nice special treat. The best time to moisturize is right after the shower when your skin is still damp and just locks in the moisture. This super serum sure does that. Skin just looks and feels so smooth and hydrated right away. The collection smells amazing too, and the packaging is really pretty, so it's great for Mom's Day. Body wash is $12.99, the lotion is $14.99, and you can get them right at your favorite local retailer or on their website, olay.com. Now, whether you're surprising mom with breakfast in bed or making her something sweet, I love this. It's Reynolds Wrap. They just introduced it. New Hearts Fun Foil. Just adorable heart design embossed foil to wrap it up with a little extra love. Of course, my mom and I just love getting the foil on its own anytime. I talk about it a lot on the air, and I use the product. I always bring it home, and she gets so excited. But anyway, this is just the latest in their Fun Foil product line. I just love it. Of course, the stuff is super, high quality, heavy, durable, so it's got you covered. I'll be hosting Mother's Day this year, so I like to use it for my leftovers and just adds a little nice touch. You can get it right at Walmart, Target, Amazon, and places like that. Now, if mom is a Brady Bunch fan, who isn't? Eve Plum, who played Jan Brady, she wrote a really great book that just came out this week. It's called Happiness Included, Jan Brady and Beyond, just filled with great stories about her time on the show and her life before and after. You can buy signed copies of the book at greenlightbookstore.com. And she also has an entire online store filled with adorable gifts with her designs because she's an artist too. So she even has her own coffee line, which I love, and great stuff for dog lovers, really cute stuff. Check that out at plumgoods.eveplum.tv, or you can just Google Plum Goods and the stuff will come up. And there you have it, my picks for Mother's Day. Have a good one.
And now here's a great way for mom to look amazing on her day. Here's more.
With Mother's Day just around the corner, there are simple ways to help busy moms to refresh and feel their best.
Secret's new whole body cooling deodorant mist and relaxing lavender. It's an instant pick-me-up demonstrated to cool the skin by 10 degrees. For your face, Olay's microsculpting cream with triple collagen peptide instantly activates cells to repair the signs of aging. And Native moisturizing body wash turns a daily shower into a luxurious 24-hour hydration treatment.
Find these products at bit.ly/Mother's Day Beauty Buys and retailers nationwide.
Well, Mother's Day, as mentioned, it is getting closer, and more families are choosing to celebrate at home with simple, thoughtful moments. Here's some easy, stress-free ideas from our friends at Kroger.
The best way to make mom feel special is to just give her a break. And at Kroger, we're here to help. I think every holiday has some kind of special board that goes with it. Mother's Day brunch is no exception. So to make the perfect Mother's Day brunch board, start with some mini croissants and some fresh fruit, add some berries and a Belgian waffle, and don't forget the bacon and a little whipped cream, and you've got a brunch board that mom will be proud of. Any kid can help pick out cards or a bouquet of roses, but then if you have some really tiny ones, give them some sugar cookies and frosting and some sprinkles so that they can make a custom dessert for mom. Older kids can help cut fruit or toast that waffle that we just talked about. And Mother's Day brunch is never over until the kitchen's clean, so don't forget to throw some paper towels and some disposable wipes in your shopping cart. You can find out more at Kroger.com or the Kroger app, and don't forget to check out our Fresh Lane blog. It has amazing recipes for Mother's Day and for any day.
A new campaign is showing a more human way to care for those dealing with cancer. Here's more.
A cancer diagnosis can upend a person's life, and too often people don't have the support they need to navigate the full journey. A new national campaign aims to change that.
The Support is Care campaign aims to raise awareness of supportive cancer care across the United States. We believe cancer care should treat the whole person, not just the disease, and bridge medical treatment with emotional, practical, and financial support, putting people with cancer and caregivers at the center of care.
Learn more at supportiscare.org.
Wildfires now pose a growing threat to communities in all 50 states. Here's more on how we can actually protect our homes.
Wildfire Community Preparedness Day is an opportunity for people to protect their homes by doing some projects right around homes, in the neighborhood, perhaps helping others. And some of the specific things that people can do is to remove anything that can burn from within 5 feet of the home. That's sort of pine needles, leaves, any dry brush, things like that. Just out to the 5 feet, which is a very small space, because that's the area that's most critical to keep the home safe. So we often think of wildfire as something we react to, but by the time there's smoke in the air, it's often too late to do much good in terms of protecting your home. We want people to get out safely when they're ordered to evacuate, but they can be doing things on our prep day or all year round to get ready. And these are really simple and often fun things to do with neighbors, sort of that housekeeping, if you will, around the homes. So that's really good to do when it's a blue sky day. Visit wildfireprepday.org to get project ideas, tips, and tools that will help you.
Cruising has emerged as a top choice for families in 2026. Joining us now to share the latest trends is the editor-in-chief of Cruise Critic, Colleen McDaniel.
When it comes to planning the perfect summer getaway, Norwegian Cruise Line makes it simple. Cruising remains the best value for your vacation dollar, with flexibility to wake up in a new destination every day and the convenience of only needing to unpack once. From world-class dining and entertainment to relaxing spas and thrilling attractions on board, there really is something for every type of traveler. Norwegian also has exciting new experiences, including a brand new family-friendly water park with 19 different water slides debuting this summer on their private island in the Bahamas, Great Stirrup Cay. And their newest ship, Norwegian Luna, is now sailing to the Caribbean. Top destinations this season include Alaska for an unforgettable outdoor adventure, Europe for a more immersive cultural experience, and the Caribbean and Bahamas for a sun-soaked getaway. With value top of mind, NCL is currently offering 50% off all cruises, plus more savings with its Free at Sea package, which includes unlimited open bar, specialty dining, free Wi-Fi, and more. To learn more and book your next trip, visit ncl.com.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson.
Buzz, Woody, Jesse, and the rest of the Toy Story gang go head-to-head with a new threat to Playtime. This is today's must-watch movie, Toy Story 5.
Do you, Forky, to Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Bonnie, there's a package for you. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, extinction, not again.
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, Device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado del
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Woody!
Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend.
Woody!
Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Oh! Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup.
No way. She's getting away, boss!
Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye!
Buzz, you stay here. I'm going with them.
You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
That does it. You got friends with us. We'll see you when we look at you.
Good,
Bye-bye.
everybody.